The other most common way to import media into Premiere is by using the media browser. The media browser is commonly used when you have shoot tapes that were shot with cameras like a RED camera or an XD cam camera. This is a way that you can easily access media on those cards to import them into Premiere. I also want to point out that now that we have the ability to ingest our media, meaning we can copy it, transcode it, or create proxies from wherever they're located to a specific folder on our hard drive, if you didn't set that in your initial project setup, don't worry. You have the option to turn on the ingest feature here inside the media browser, as well as get in and set the specific settings that you might need to get your footage in. Now, the media browser is a very visual way to get in and see all of the footage that's associated with a folder or a card on your system. Once I've navigated to a folder on my hard drive or onto my camera card, I'll immediately see thumbnails showing me all of the media that's located inside of this folder. Depending on the size of your screen or the amount of thumbnails you have, you might want to adjust the size of them so that they're a little bit easier to see, and you can do that right down here at the bottom by dragging the slide bar to make the thumbnails as large as you want. What you also have the ability to do right inside of the media browser is to play the clip by simply hitting the space bar, which is a great way to preview takes before you import them. You also have the ability to easily filter through media by simply clicking on the filter dropdown, and in this case, let's just filter and see only the WAV files, the audio WAV files. I can simply do that, and now I will only see the audio WAV files in the media browser. I'm just going to set this back to all supported files because we're going to want to import some of this media into our project. Before I do that, I'm just going to switch back to the editing workspace because there are a few under the hood features that I'd like to show you. Now before I do show you that, to import media from the media browser is very straightforward. Simply select the clip you want to import and drag it and drop it into the project. You also have the ability to right click on any of the clips in the media browser and you could select import from there. We also have the ability to reveal these clips in the Finder in case you ever need to backtrack to see what folder these clips came from. Now, once you have the clip in your project, you can take it and edit it into any sequence that you might be working on. Now, one thing that a lot of people think is that you don't have the ability to add in and out points in the media browser, which would make it a lot easier and a lot faster for you to go in and tag clips before you get in and start importing them into your project to drop into your timeline. That's not necessarily true. What you're going to do if you want to add in and out points to your clips before you import them into your project is you're going to open them in the source monitor first. Now you can navigate through, and let's mark an in point here by pressing I on the keyboard and mark an out point here by pressing O on the keyboard. Now we can switch to other clips by simply double clicking on them. And once we come back to the camping family clip, you'll notice that the in and out points are still on the clip in the media browser. What's important to keep in mind though is that if you take the clip and you drag it into your project, like I'm going to do right now, those in and out points are going to disappear and you're going to just have the full clip. But when accessing the clip from the media browser, you will have access to those in and out points. So if you wanted to take this clip and create a new sequence by dragging it right down into the timeline window, you'll only have the range that you've marked on the clip.